I guess this goes with my story since I had a recording from the past, and it'll prove that the shop exists. Magic Square's there. Drew's gone somewhere tonight, but this will show you, or at least for that night, this will show you that we are real. This is actually what we did. The plane definitely needs an overhaul, but this was like months later after the death of our partner John, the pilot, the first pilot. But I also found evidence in California, which I retrieved these videos. That'll be on my channel. This will be the first one I put up, and it's also proving the flood event occurred about 12,000, maybe 13,000 years ago. The timelines recorded by men are off slightly, as in written documents, including the Bible, are off a little bit. But the evidence is there. We just have overlooked that even scientific timelines aren't very accurate as far as carbon dating. But here's the video, and I'll get some more up because I've retrieved about 6 of them, maybe 7. I lost count. It's been a busy night. But this goes along with the book, the audio book that I've put up, and hopefully I'll get more of those up soon. And that's all I got. That's all I got to say right now. Over and out. Thanks. And I'll add this. We later learned we couldn't use that plane again. We weren't going to put money in it, and we built what's coming up in the next few chapters, so you know what we did.
Whatever you got to cook up, I don't know.
Yeah, we're winding up having to rebuild this after testing our device. The second device worked so well that it actually did major damage to the frame of this aircraft. And we're having to rebuild her. Break out the helio arc. Got all the parts dismantled. There were some fractures and pieces that held the wing on. The device worked so well that we were amazed. There was so much stress on this plane, we had to take it apart. Once we found there was damage, we went deeper, and we're going to have to rebuild it all the way before we can test again. And looks like it's going to be about a year's job because this is an oldie but goodie. And this is Magic Square's place. There's Odie. There's my Odie. I've got a zoom on here too. There's Magic Square. He really does exist. Say hi, Magic Square.
Hello!
As you can see, we're well stocked in tools. We can build anything. So that wasn't the hard part. The hard part is actually getting it out there and trying to do something with it. Something in a micro G situation. Anyway, I'm making film of the bone. I'm going to walk over here.
Into the bone room.
Into the bone room we go. Here it is. I have stills of it. There's the growth that was on it. It didn't live very long. The animal probably died in water, and then this growth started, and it gets smothered by whatever buried it. Because this stuff here on seashells and out in the ocean grows to be pretty thick and pretty big. And as you can tell, it just took hold, some kind of sandworm that makes a little house on things. And that's as far as it got, and it got smothered. You look inside, you can see marrow. This is fresh bone, might be 12,000 years old or more, but there's still iron in the marrow. There's the other half of it. Back up. It's pretty fresh. Kind of fossilized, but not really. Put it sideways, put it together. That's the shape. Definitely a rib bone. Very, very interesting. Thanks for showing me that, Magic.
No problem.
Another piece of information and evidence. Evidence. Well, we got a long way to go till that plane's running again, but we'll be able to test our third device whenever that's done. It'll probably take us a year and a half. But we have all the capabilities and the tools, and
Stay tuned for our next exciting episode.
that's right. Bye now.
Y'all come back.
Alright, so the flood event I found out happened in California, and I'm down in Florida at the shop, and so the next time I went to the shop, I'm going to add the proof or more proof of the flood event in Florida also, which probably coincides with what happened all across North America. I went in the canal. I went down 12 feet and dug into the bank where the fossils are, and I'm going to present some of them now to you on this video. Thanks.
Okay, we're at my desk. Out of that extinction layer, this is what you find. There's a clam that's been smothered under the layers of sand. Both sides shell still intact. There's a lot of these, probably 20% of them remain closed. In that layer also you have these land snails that got washed in to that layer with the saltwater creatures. Always some of these laying in there, along with that mammoth bone that we filmed. And then here we have coral in that layer. Here's another good example of it. So I can get this focused. These things are buried under about 8 feet of sand. It could go up to as much as 15 feet. All washed in, and then sediment obviously covered them all and smothered some of them, especially the corals and that piece of clam. And the next film that I make will go into a pit that they use to get landfill for housing development. It will take me a while to get that film, but we'll go in and we'll see that layer, the last extinction layer in the geological column, plus there's also another layer below that. But in between each layer is a succession of sand. So here you have 5 pieces of evidence. And this is my desk. Here's my computer. Computers. This is what my office looks like. My office bedroom. This is for my friends that aren't here. It's Easter Sunday, so I present this to you at the time of our celebration. Peace be to you and to thine house.